EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada, where the memorial torch honoring legendary owner Al Davis has just been lit, and we are set for football at Allegiant Stadium. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
Las Vegas Raiders.
And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the former Hoosier, their rookie quarterback from Indiana.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They'll run for the first time with Ashton Jeanty. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Mendoza. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Operating from the gun, Mendoza. And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. Back deep, Rashid Shaheed. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Commanding the offense will be the highly touted USC product, Sam Darnold.
And the thing with Sam Darnold is we know the skill set is there. May not be the most mobile or strongest arm quarterback in the league, but usually plays with really good poise, and at his best, like a point guard in basketball, able to move around and distribute the rock.
They'll begin here with a run with Charbonnet. And he'll power his way out near the 25. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24. Faking the give, Darnold. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet. And he is going to lose yardage here. In there to drop him for the loss, linebacker Nakobe Dean, an outstanding play.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Back to throw, Darnold. He gets this complete to Shaheed. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 15. First down, Seahawks.
Seahawks. First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On the give, here's Charbonnet. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Here's second and 3. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Intended for Rashid Shaheed. Incomplete. Eric Stokes on the coverage.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Darnold. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep for the Raiders is Trey Tucker. And the punt goes out of bounds, so no chance to bring it back, and they will spot it at the 24-yard line. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And here's Mendoza. Off play action. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
On first down, it's Genty. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
One thing we know about RPO throws, they don't take long to develop. He had him wide open to the outside, hit him with it, but I think his eyes were looking downfield trying to see that open grass. Ends up dropping it. That's a missed opportunity.
Mendoza now from the gun on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
To throw is Darnold. Connecting with Kupp here on the out route. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be second down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Darnold. This one incomplete. Almost picked up by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's fourth down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they're up to the challenge.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. To throw is Mendoza. Throwing to start the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage, and that's exactly what he got done there.
Well, throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
He is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Genty. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way.
It's a loss of 2. brings up
That's the
second
danger,
and
Charles, of
12
running plays like
at
this
the
for your wide
Seahawks
receiver. They can
38-yard
hit
line.
big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
From the gun on third down, Mendoza. And not enough on the throw that time, as that one is incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary, incomplete pass. One of these quarterbacks going to learn, you don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
Field goal. A 55-yard attempt.
Looked like an issue there on the snap, but everything has to be right from this distance. But that one, no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
That was an ugly-looking kick, and the snap, largely to blame. These special teams operations are relying on everyone being on the same page, so even the slightest hiccup can lead to some missed kicks, and that's exactly what we saw here.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. Play action. It's Darnold. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
2nd and 10. Now Darnold. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt.
For the Seahawks.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away.
The Raiders take
And
over
now here
first
come the
and 10
Raiders.
at their own 20.
And they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
They'll start on the ground with Ginty. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
He was brought down.
We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Mendoza. And that is incomplete.
Mendoza's pass. Intended for
How about the show
Jalen
put on
Naylor.
by these two defenses in this first half? The fireworks don't have to be just offensively. Neither one of them giving an inch, and that's good coverage once again there to force another 4th down.
A.J. Cole.
Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 51 yards on the punt there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Off of play action, Darnold.
So many offenses will have to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. They'll set up a screen to Charbonnet. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
This now a 3rd and 4. Darnold now to throw. And that will be incomplete. There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Mendoza throwing to start the drive.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Mendoza. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily, fell incomplete.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Back to throw again. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. That one goes for 8 yards.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a 1st-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
On the pickup.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Mendoza will try and do this himself. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Vegas, first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Up the middle, it's Genty. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. Solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
Off the RPO, he completes it. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Second and 11. That's complete. It's Ashton Genty. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here. The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Operating from the gun, Mendoza. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3.
On for the field goal. A 45-yard attempt.
Definitely a hiccup in the operation there, and that is going to come up short, no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Still searching for that first breakthrough, and I thought this might be it. But it's not to be, and we're still scoreless.
As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Now off the bootleg, Darnold. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
A promising sign there from an offense that hasn't done a whole lot to this point. Nice job to locate the open receiver. And it's good yardage and a first down to open the drive.
From the 50, it's Darnold. Smith and Jigba hauling it in on the out route.
Can you do any more work and make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down. They're just 1 yard. So now a handoff to Charbonnet. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
Now it's Darnold. He'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. Jackson Smith and Jigba, 46 yards. And the Seahawks post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. And right there, that fade route, that can be tough to stop.
If you've got the proper matchup and you've got a wide receiver who knows how to go up and get the football, the fade is really, really tough to stop, especially if the quarterback puts it in the right area.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Seahawks 7.
Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was capped off by a Jackson Smith and Jigba touchdown catch. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to go. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
Looking to put a drive together. Now Mendoza throwing to start the drive. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 3. A run straight ahead with Genty. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll try to run for it with Genty. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Pass complete to Naylor right side. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. brings up 2nd and 7.
Operating from the gun, Mendoza. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks, and they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. Now Myers for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Seahawks.
So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
And
you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. Second down.
It's second down and
So
10.
another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Intended for
Well, after incompletions on first and second down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
This offense so far on third down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line.
The Seahawks take over.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Jackson Smith and Jigba and his offense ready to go once more here. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in his zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate him.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. A good pickup there, a 22.
Seahawks, first down. A gain of 22 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. And from the gun, here's a handoff to Charbonnet. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From just shy of midfield, Darnold. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 35. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
First down. It's a gain
and this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Smith and Jigba in motion right. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know we're just in the 2nd quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's his 2nd drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in.
Players on for the field goal. A 48-yard attempt.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Keeps the score.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Raiders heading out to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
The drive will begin with a run by Genty. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Inside the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Ashton Genty, 61 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the posts. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
And they'll start on the ground with Charbonnet. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Again, it's Charbonnet. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Out of the gun now on third down. And this is going to be incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on for the 5th time here today. A 45-yard punt for there on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Raiders offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Mendoza. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. Oh, the snap, a poor one, and this is blocked. And they're going to take possession of the football. And that play was made coming up the middle. That wasn't a punt block from the outside, Charles.
That means someone had their eyes in the wrong place, and that would be the personal protector. Look in the middle first before you scan to the side. Sometimes they get distracted and think the threat is coming off the edge. Up the middle is the one you have to care about the most because that's the quickest spot and the quickest way to the punter.
Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position. Here's Charbonnet. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
2nd down and goal. Darnold. And this will be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
The Seahawks on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete.
He's just not at his focus in this game. It's not one drop. It's not 2. That's 3 for this contest.
Yeah, uncharacteristic for any NFL receiver, and he's no exception. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. Myers' kick is good. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And they will wrangle him down a couple of yards shy of the 30. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Now a toss left side, Genty. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
And here's Mendoza operating from the gun. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to hang on 3rd down.
And 10 yards
with a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Mendoza now from the gun on 3rd down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out, because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Here's A.J. Cole now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Faking the give, Darnold. Well, that'll be caught by Cup. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll run it here with Charbonnet. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 42 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Back to throw, Darnold. And this one is incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He'll get this complete to the tight end, Barner. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 30. A good pickup there, a 22.
And the Seahawks, first down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it, just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
In motion goes the tight end. To throw is Darnold. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To the air again, Darnold. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. Definitely a hiccup in the operation there. That is going to come up short, no good. And the lead will hold at 10. Well, it's still a good-sized lead, so they haven't necessarily needed him, but this is now 2 missed field goals for him in this game so far.
Yeah, and the question now is, will he be prepared when they do need him? Whether that's later in this game or sometime down the line, having a kicker you can count on is definitely imperative.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Throwing to start the drive. Mendoza. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Mendoza. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Short throw caught by Bowers. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Zach Charbonnet and his teammates back to the field for another drive. A good job in the passing game. Decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Darnold. He finds Smith and Jigba. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
4th down.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. No return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Raiders take over.
The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. To throw is Mendoza. Throwing to start the drive.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Mendoza. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Results.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
On fourth down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Fielded just inside the 30. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. And the Seahawks offense going to get one final possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Darnold. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Darnold. Open man left side. Shaheed has it. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Here comes 3rd and about a foot. Now back to throw. He'll try to pick it up himself. And Darnold going to slide to the ground here, but not before he does pick up the first down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And now the half not quite over yet. This is a live football on the miss. And fortunately here for them, he's going to be taken down before he can gather much momentum on the run back. So no fireworks on the final field goal attempt, and that'll do it for this first half.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen and our great crew here in the Orlando studios set for an abridged version of the halftime report. This game, to this point, a little slow to begin with, but in the second quarter, the offenses started finding their way. We hope we're set for a great second half, so let's get back out to the stadium and rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. Oh, good move. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Donald's pass complete to Rashid Shaheed. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 29-yard line.
Well, they'll come up 2nd and 7. Darnold from the gun. To the sideline and incomplete.
Well, you have no doubt about that one, because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there's no way that ball was going to be caught.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. He'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba. And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 90 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And that is incomplete.
Help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off play action. Mendoza.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain, or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Mendoza from the gun on 3rd down. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Darnold now to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Open man is Barner, the tight end. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. 3 yards on the keeper, and it's 4th down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Fielded just inside the 20. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle.
28-yard line.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
He's taken down.
Devin Witherspoon takes him down defensively.
Well, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
They'll go again with Genty. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
But these guys going to chop into that deficit? They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Seahawks take back over. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Off of play action, Darnold. Quick throw there is incomplete.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. On his own read, give to Genty. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Cole now on to punt, and he sends this one away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out now come the Seahawks.
At their own 22-yard
We have not
line.
seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Showing off the quick feet that time and getting forward for a pickup of 3 yards.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Straight ahead with Price. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now run by Charbonnet. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
2nd and 7. There's Charbonnet once again. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40-yard line.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. On the option, it's Charbonnet. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. 61 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on third down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. On the carry, Charbonnet. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of
Well, you
6.
certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
15 yards.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Darnold. And that will be incomplete.
Intended for Jackson Smith.
It's rare that a receiver of his caliber would drop one pass, but that's now 2 times he's had his mitts on one and lost it.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to lose confidence in him, though, because of the track record. Such a good player, maybe having a bad game, but I think they'll still go to him in a critical spot.
A 52-yard attempt.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Looking to put a drive together. They go play action here on 1st down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Uchenna and Nwosu got the sack there.
2nd and 16.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front and getting to them. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
2nd and long. That's to Bash over the middle. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
3rd and 14.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. After getting this one across the 40. The Seahawks offense has Sam Darnold headed back out there. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. A solid chunk of 11 yards there on the keeper, but 4th down now. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
2nd and 13. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Mendoza. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up with safety.
Well, it's pretty evident that that's not the way you want to try and establish momentum ahead of a possible fourth-quarter comeback, because you needed points there, at least something to build on for your next series. That was neither. Instead, it's a huge play for a defense that now has no doubt it can finish this game off.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So we'll get the penalty all sorted out when we get back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth and final quarter. Looking to put a drive together. On the give here, Charbonnet. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Running here out of the gun with Price. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
And this is the worry, because sometimes you get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Seahawks first down. A gain of 21 yards. And the Seahawks first down.
They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
75 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
That's good for a Seahawks first down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. A run now with Charbonnet. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. They'll set up a screen to Charbonnet. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. And they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. Looking to put a drive together. Now Mendoza throwing to start the drive.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Mendoza. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Mendoza. They'll try and set up the screen to Genty. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. Now there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll begin here with a run with Charbonnet. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
Back to throw, Darnold. His throw incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on the receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us out of the shotgun. Here's Darnold. And that will be incomplete as well.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And this will be out of bounds, and they spotted it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Looking to put a drive together. And here's is Mendoza, throwing to start the drive. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And the ball is knocked out. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down a defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the fourth quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Chardonnay. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. He's going to lead this for his running back. It's complete. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw is Darnold. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Max Crosby picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. Myers' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle. A 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So out come the Raiders. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the fourth quarter. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing to start the drive. Mendoza. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against a front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Mendoza now from the gun on 3rd down. That's to the left side, pulled in by Besh. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on third down to keep this drive alive.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to him. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw. Mendoza. Well, that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painting the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Looking to throw. Mendoza. Now he'll tuck this and run. Able to pick up a dozen yards, but they needed more. 4th down.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you, and in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He'll try to do it himself. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Price. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards.
A gain of 26 yards. 1st down.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Chewing up big yardage, another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
That's another Seahawks.
And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it They feel just as confident with him doing that.
That's Crosby, able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Darnold. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. The penalty yards marched off as they'll try again on 2nd and goal. And now a handoff to Charbonnet. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
A 35-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. We're ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
To throw is Mendoza. Throwing to start the drive. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
This has been a rough one to put it mildly for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Mendoza. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Intended for Trey Tucker.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They'll run on first down with Price. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. This defense, tough to run against. And those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the second level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now Darnold. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. And a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Jason Myers.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And that final kickoff concludes the ball game, partner. And one side, a really nice win in this one. They were good on offense and on defense.
And I'm guessing in the other locker room, partner, the head coach is just telling his team, hey, we didn't play well enough to keep it close enough where that one possession down the stretch might have given us an opportunity to win the game.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Las Vegas.